brilliant grade 7 students. Welcome back to our science online class. Today we are going to take a look at another part of our lesson which continues from the previous session. So our previous lesson was about states of matter, right? Did you all remember? So everything that we can see or we can feel, that is called matter. And scientists have sorted the matters into three groups. They are solids, liquids, and gas. Today we'll continue and we will talk more about the particle theory. In each matter actually has a lot of particles. We are going to take a look at the particles theory right now. Okay, there you go. So unit 5.2, that is another session that we continue from the previous session. So particle theory, we are talking about the rules of the particles. And you might ask me, teacher, what does the word particle mean? So particle is a tiny portion of a matter. A tiny portion of matter. Tiny means very small. So particle means a tiny portion of matter. For example, this is an object which is solid, right? This matter is solid. And before you can see this marker, and when you break it down, you can see a lot of particles that build up together or made up together to make or to form this marker. Okay, so particle is tiny portion of matter. Every matter actually form or made up of particles. So all matter is made up of tiny particles. A lot of particles gather together or form together, it can make matter. One object, one matter. Okay, right. Particles are arranged differently in solids, liquids, and gases. So they don't have the same patterns, they don't have the same forms of arranging themselves. They arrange themselves differently in solids, liquids, and gases. So in solids, you will see how they arrange themselves, so what the shape looks. And the other parts of the particles, how do they stay? Are they going to vibrate or not vibrate? Okay, so take a look at number one. Solids. Particles. In solids, particles are arranged in a fixed pattern. Yeah, so solids, actually it is strong and tight, right? So all the particles in solids are arranged in a fixed shape. You can see this one, okay? So very, very strong, right? This marker, they are a lot of particles arranged together, and it can be in a fixed shape. You see, you can see a shape, right? So this is the shape of the marker, right? So particles in solids are arranged in a fixed pattern, a very specific pattern that you can see how it looks, okay? And the second part of this is they are held together strongly and tightly packed. Yeah, it's strong, right? So they held together like that. They connect together, connect each other strongly and tightly. So it will not be easily to break. So the particles in solids are held tightly and strongly packed. Right, connect each other strongly, okay? So that's why it's not easy to break this object, okay? This matter, because it is strong. They held together strongly. They make, or you can say particles make solids have a fixed shape. Yeah, so this can have a fixed shape. You can see this shape perfectly. You can see this one, you can say this is a marker. You can see their chair. You can see it's strong, right? So it has their perfect shape, okay? So particles make solids have a fixed shape, right? They can vibrate, yeah, they can vibrate actually, but they stay in the same place. They will not move or will not fly over in the air. You can move, you can, it's vibrate. It means like they can move, like they can just move a little bit, but they cannot move from one place to another. Actually, when something make it live, actually it is vibrates. It's vibrate, but they stay in the same place. They will not fly over, or they will not get out of their previous place. Okay, so these are the particles in solids. Remember, particles are arranged in a fixed pattern in solid. Okay, so remember, these are the sections that we have to remember about the particles in solids. Take a look at the liquids. So how do particles in solid form? So in liquids, particles touch each other. Yeah, they touch each other. So we know already, in liquid we have example like water, right? So they touch each other, They are held together weakly, they are not strong. We can break it, we can get it, we can touch it. It is like kind of, separated, okay? They are held together weakly, not strongly like solids, okay? And they can move past one to another, but they remain touching each other. Even you can break one side to another side, they still touch each other. Okay, the particles in it still touch each other. Right, remain they touching one another. Okay, and liquids change shape. Liquid can change shape depends on the containers that contain it. So when the container looks like this, for sure, the water will also, or the liquid will also look like the shape of the container, okay? So these are the points that you need to remember about the particles in liquid. So particles in liquid actually touch each other, but they easily, to be separated because they are not strong. They are held together weakly, okay? And in gases, particles do not touch each other. So in gases, the particles never touch each other. Actually it's flying. It flies over in the air, so they do not touch each other. They can spread out by themselves. So, when you break the balloon, they spread out by themselves. We don't have to push it. We don't have to move it. When you break the balloons, the air in the balloon will spread out by themselves. Okay, so it means it flies. And gases change their shape. Definitely, when it comes out of the shape of the container, they will change the shape. So they don't stay in the same shape. All right. So these are all the particle series that you have learned in solid, in liquid, and gases. Try to remember them, okay? So you can also open your book to page 70. So you can read and find some more here. So look at this. As we have already learned, solid particles are packed together and can vibrate and stay in one place. So look at this. It's hard to break it because they are held together strongly, okay, and tightly. But liquids, the particles touch each other, they can move and can change places. When the water, for example, when you just pour out of the bottle, it changes the shape and it can just flow away or flow to the other lower parts. And the gases, particles are far apart and can move out freely. So when you break the balloon, for example, it is a container. So when you break the balloon, the air in the balloon will fly freely, will fly over in the air. So that's why it can change the shape, okay? So that is all of our lesson. When you are done with this, please copy your lesson. So when you finish watching the video, you can copy your lesson and then just say I am done, and then I will post task 1 for you all to complete. Right, try to read more and copy this lesson so that you can read at home and review for the upcoming exam. Thank you for watching my first video clip, and I'll see you in the next video clip. Hi there, see you again in this second video clip. Alright, so I'll give you task 2 to complete right now. Can you please turn your book to page 70? Turn your textbook to page 70. So I'll give you 4 questions to answer right here. So please open your book to page 70 and you will see your task right there. So questions. List the properties of solids. Can you find the properties of solids that you have learned in the previous session? Okay, so is solid soft or hard? Can be compressed or what? So try to figure out the properties of solids, okay? And number two, you need to name a property of liquids that do not share with solids, okay? You can look at the example, you can see it right there too. Name a property of gases that they share with liquids, okay? What that can share with the liquid, okay? Name one property. Okay, one more. Name a property of gases that do not share with solids or liquids, okay? So try to find a property that gases that do not share with solids or liquid. Look at the example in your textbooks, and then you can compare or find or add some more or find more properties that can fit to these questions, okay? So when you are done, please send it to my personal Telegram, okay? I'll check and mark on it so that I can also give you some feedback after that. So thank you. I'll see you in the last video clip. Hello dear students, welcome to our last episode of our series. So I want to do a quick recap with what we have learned first. What did you guys learn today? Your lesson today is about particle theory. That means particle rules. We have talked about the rules of the particles in solids, in liquids and gases. As we know that matter is what we can see or what we can feel. And all matters are actually made up of a tiny particles. What is particle? Particle is a tiny portion of the matter. Very, very tiny portion. And when they form together, they can build up one matter. Okay, and we have already talked a lot about the rules or about the particles in solids, the particles in liquid, and in gases. Can you please try to read your notebook once again with what you have copied down in there? Try to read them once again, and hope you all will understand more and capture in mind so that you do well on your test or on your quiz. Okay? Well, so I'll give you the homework. Please go to your workbook, page 46 and 47. So your homework is in your workbook on page 46 and 47. Okay. Please try to read the instruction carefully before doing it. Okay. If you don't understand, you can just let me know in the group. I will be there, help you all the time. Okay. I'll assist you when you understand how to do it. Okay. And then we can say goodbye. Okay. So thank you for your participation, for your attention and cooperation. You guys are so brilliant. You have done such a great job ever on every session. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next session. Bye.